Hey guys, so I'm going to walk you through this card really quickly about narrowing down your message tournament bracket style. So, the point of this is you're going to take 8 environmental issues that you found on the Wakelet, either that were collected by you or by someone else in your group. If you were looking through them and you're like, oh, this thing that someone else found looks really cool, I'm going to put it in my top 8. Then you're going to go to the Wakelet you did on artists and art influences, eco art. I can't talk today. And you're going to put that on the right side of your bracket. I'm going to show you how to set that up now. These steps where you can see the pictures, those just help you if you're not sure what order to put things in, because in the bracket, it's important that things go in a certain order. You can see your top environmental issue goes here, but your second favorite that you think goes here. And there's a reason for that. Third goes here, fourth is here, and so on. So let's say you have both of your Wakelets open, you have this altitude card open, and you have your bracket open. Now, to make this easy for you to look at, I just put mine for an example onto this sheet so I can show you how to copy paste. So I ranked the environmental issues that I care most about, I think. So I'm going to just take these from my list. You don't have to make a list like this. You can just type it in after looking at the Wakelet. So my number one environmental issue I'm going to put is colony collapse with the bees. These are just examples. This isn't what I would be doing mine on probably. And you'll see that it kind of went, I can stretch this out to make it fit better, but it's totally okay for it to be on both sides of the line, as long as you can see it. You can also print this out and write on it, in which case you would need to take a screenshot and upload it to the card. So I'm going to look at my list here, and my number 8 environmental issue is overfishing of blue cod. Gasp. So I'm going to copy that here, and I'm going to put my number 8 issue here. And there's a reason why you don't put 2 here. It's because if you're familiar with tournaments, you don't want your number 1 facing off against your number 2. You want to try to make it a little easier to work your brackets. Right, so, and you can shorten those titles too if that works better for you. So now I'm going to go and find my number 4. It may in fact make it easier for you if you rank them out like this, and then you can cut and paste like I'm doing. You don't have to if it's easier for you just to type them in. All right, so my number 4th environmental issue, and these aren't hard rankings. In fact, I'm hoping that this will illuminate to you that you care more about some of these than others. So that's the point of the tournament, is kind of put some of these up against each other, and you may say, hey, you know what? I do care about one of these more than I thought. Let's see. So next I see here, I need the number 6 issue. So I'm going to go over and get the number 6. I'm going to paste that right in here for number 6. That's pit mining. And I want to get rid of these where I numbered them, because that'll just be confusing, because you don't need any numbers after you get these on here. Number 5, mushrooms as a fuel source. That sounds fun. Copy. All right, you know what? I'm not going to fill out the rest of the bracket for time's sake, but you'll put your number 5th issue here, your number 3 here, 7 here, and 2 here. So you have a nice bracket set up on this side. On the other side, you're going to have your number 1 art idea, or an artist that you really love, that you would like to kind of copy their style, or you feel inspiration from, or just an art style that you feel inspiration from. Don't get hung up on these if you're like, oh, but I don't know if this one's my total favorite. That's okay. That's what this bracket is for, to kind of help you figure that out. Let's back this over that number. Make sure I can make this bigger and fit it in there. I don't have to. All right, so you get the idea. Then you're going to go down and do that. Put the number 8 art idea here, number 4 here, blah, blah, blah. All right, so now you have this kind of set up, and this is supposed to be just sort of a fun way to figure out what you're passionate about. So let's look at this. So after I have this set up, I'm only going to work the top part of the bracket right now while I'm showing you, but it would work like this. All right, I'm going to look at causes of colony collapse with bees and overfishing of blue cod. Man, I love the idea of doing something on both of those, but I know for a fact that I feel a lot stronger about the bees. So this one this one's made to be kind of an easy one, because it's your least favorite idea going up against your favorite, what you think is your favorite so far. So it's no surprise that bees would win there. But here, if you know anything about tournaments, it's those middle brackets. This is making it hard for me to select because of the little recording thing. But the middle part of the bracket is always where the tough matchups and surprises come. So if I look at polar bears in iceless climates and pit mining around the world, polar bears are super cool, but I don't know much about pit mining, and I think other people don't either. So I think I'm going to go with that. All right. So now I have bees versus pit mining. I feel like bees are really well known, even though I'm passionate about that. I'm not sure that a message about bees is going to want to make the kind of change I want. I'm going to kind of surprise myself here, and I'm going to make my art project lean more towards something about pit mining on this part of the bracket. So for this section of the bracket, I've just sort of made myself think about what I really want to say. So right now in this part, pit mining is winning. So down here, I'll have my other environmental issues, and I'll have one here that will go against pit mining. And when I figure out between those two, the winner for the environmental side will go right here in this box, all right? Then I'm going to do the same thing on the artist side. I'm going to put them up against each other one by one until I have an artist or an art style that I really want to kind of copy or get inspiration from for my project. So at the end, I'm going to come down here where it's red, and I'm going to erase that, and I'm going to type in, that's set to italic, you can take that off. But I'm going to have one winner for the environmental side, one winner for the arts or artist side, and I'm going to type those winners in here. And when I'm finished with that, I'm done with this whole part. So I can go back to the card, and I've got my topic. I know what I'm going to do my project on, and I know what kind of art style I want to use as inspiration. So you've got a couple questions. Did you have any surprises? And this is where you put your environmental winner right here. This is where you put your winning artist or inspiration that you want to use. Not so much copy, but take an inspiration from. They did something cool that you want to try to kind of do too. All right. And then you're going to have to put some real science behind that. And you've gotten good at that now. So you're going to have to become an expert on the topic and the art form. And then down here, I give you a space for any questions that you want to ask. When you're finished with this, you just turn in the card. And then you've got time to kind of begin your research over what exactly your art project's going to be, because on Friday, you're going to make a project proposal. All right, sounds pretty easy, right? Be sure to ask any questions if you got them. You can put them here in the message board, or you can write them right on the Google Classroom, and you can always send an email. I prefer you put it out there where other people can see the answer too, but whatever you're most comfortable with. All right, have fun with it.